All right. Just try. Can you hear me? I just went through a whole thing. I'm trying. Oh, Jesus. I don't understand. All right. Let me see. I don't know what else to do. So you can, okay, oh, you can hear. Is it okay? All right. I'm like sweating from trying to go live. How are you guys? Well, that's good. Okay. I think I was just waiting for people to, well, for you and Nora to come back on because I was like, I don't understand what's wrong with my brand new camera uh, and mic. So I'm going live again from my phone. It's very odd. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. But anyway, thank you. I'm gonna try to share this out. Um, just a couple of times. I'm not gonna share it too crazy. I don't even know if I'm allowed to share to any of these places anymore. Yeah, I'm just gonna share one place. Yeah. So now that I'm in a full-on sweat, no. No problem. I need to know because it's pointless if I'm talking to myself, which I'm guilty of. So how are you guys? How are you guys doing? Um, I'm also just gonna fool around with this. I'm doing like a new application. Uh, it's called Restream. So I don't know if this is better or worse. Yeah, I think talking to yourself is perfectly normal. Like, if you don't talk to yourself, then I'm worried because, like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's been a time. I got, I've been dealing with some health issues just like everybody else, and then I got COVID, and I got COVID pretty bad. But I'm here and I'm alive, and work has been insane. But I am working, and that's a blessing. So that's fine. So we're all hanging in there. I think this COVID situation has changed the world, has changed a lot of things, and there's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises until we figure things out. I StreamYard has issues importing comments, and that's why I didn't like StreamYard. Like when you multi-stream, I think Restream is better in the fact that it it pulls comments equally from from friends who do streaming. Yeah, it's been a time. It's definitely been a time of working from home, going in, and then um, and I went in as a limited staff, and then you get used to only two, three people in the office, and then the office reopens, and then there's all these people again, and then dealing with commuting and being on a crowded bus and subway. It's been a time. It really has. Luckily, my job went hybrid, so it's like 3 days in the office, 2 days at home. But most of the time, I'm 4 days in the office, 1 day at home. Um, but yeah, business is picking up, and it is what it is, right? So, any questions? Do you guys want to do some cards? Any new crystals? Any new cards? Anyone? Now, if they can make this go to TikTok, I'd be happy. Yeah, COVID is a something else. Unfortunately, we've lost a few people to COVID. You know, but I'm okay, and I hope you guys are okay or on the mend. So all we can do is try to figure this out. Oh, Laura, you know you're not gonna have one card. You're gonna have several cards. So uh, just let me know if you have any questions or you just want me to just go. This one. Yeah, stay grateful. I unfortunately I caught it because my husband works in the service industry, and he had to work a large event where people were being disgusting, and so he brought it home. But I went for the longest time without it. All right, so Nora, let's see. So Nora, and then I'll get to you going green. I mean, I like that ace. Are you thinking about seeing someone new? Well, something is flowering here. I mean, we do have this King of Swords and the Ace of Swords, so there's the beginning of something happening here. This Empress card, it's very interesting. It's good. Be careful. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, that's right. Don't move so quickly. We want to take some time because although we have something flowering, it looks like there may be some disagreements happening. And so we want to be careful here. This death card doesn't mean death, it means rebirth. So if you're going through some type of changes, I would keep it going because it looks like that leads to great possibilities here because we have double aces and 11 here. So it looks like things are going to progress. We have this laurel here, which is victory. At the bottom of the deck here, yeah. At the bottom of the deck here, we also have the king of moons. So yeah, lots of motion, and I'm getting some stability here, which I like. Very interesting. Ah, do your spirituality. That's going to help you with your intuition. Yeah, make sure that you are thinking and taking your time. Also listening to your intuitive self again, just reconnecting with that. because ultimately it is in your DNA, and it's something that you're going to keep getting drawn to, and you might as well just keep it up at this point. But I like this because the love is burning. We have this candle here. Uh, I used to date younger. I mean, my husband is 8 years older than me, but I used to date younger, Nora. I don't think it's a big deal. I think society makes it a big deal. I wouldn't worry about that if the maturity is there. I know that children is an issue. And so, right off the bat, I'm going to say that. But, it's something that you can possibly work through. Uh, so I don't see it as being a negative. It's only, I would be very careful though to list out what our expectations are in the relationship, because we do have some disagreement here, right? So there is a disagreement, but if you can work through it, it's going to be victorious. But we have to be careful with that because we do have the devil card present. So we can let that devil overtake, or we can manage him by working things out appropriately. I like that. There's nothing wrong with younger, and don't let it stigmatize you. Does he want children though, or does he have young children? Because I'm getting children, so I know that there's an issue there with children. I'm not quite sure exactly what that is. Are your kids okay with it? Like, I just keep hearing children, 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 children. Okay, going green. Let's get to you. I'm going to use my Luna Soul cards here for you. I love this deck. It's by Matt Hughes. He does the ethereal visions. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. We're going to use pulp. Yeah. So there's children being brought up here. So I think that's something that needs to be discussed. Whether it's if he has kids, his kids, or your kids, or if he wants to have kids with you, it's something around, because I'm hearing children, children, children. And I think it'll work out. I mean, it looks wonderful. There's nothing wrong with dating younger. Wow, the Empress. A lot of I love this, right? Women power. A lot of new beginnings here with that Empress card. Look at the Nine of Wands here. Right. So, what are you fighting against? What are you protecting here? Right. Going green. We need to figure that out. What are the barriers that we've set up? Because the self-preservation mode is high with that Nine of Wands. Like, I can't take my eye off of it. If you haven't seen these cards, these are the Pope. These are the Pope Tarot. So very vintagey. And I feel like this is kind of giving me your style. Like, so there is a fear going on with you, going green. What is the fear here? Because there's things you want to accomplish and do, and you are trying to get a balance going, but that fear is what's holding. And I like that the Nine of Wands, I was going to use this deck, right? Do you see what's at the bottom? The Nine of Wands is at the bottom, right? Right behind it is the Lover's card. So it's interesting. Like, I don't know, are you trying to get into a relationship, or we're trying to figure our relationship out? We're trying to rekindle something. There is something here with the both of you, because you got similar cards with two totally different decks. So we have Temperance here trying to balance, but you're battling old wounds here, is what I want to say. Right. Yeah, we need to get in touch with our emotions here because we have the Queen of Cups, and I like that it's over the Nine of Wands, so we need to figure that out and figure our right. So I get that this is your style. That's why they had me switch decks. This wasn't, it's, I wanted to go here, and it was like, no, go here. So what's going on with you? Are you seeking a relationship as well? Is there a relationship in the picture, or you're thinking about something? I know that this is it's giving me like wounded vibes of the past, and I know that we should let things go here. Um, the Empress card with that Three of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles is teamwork, or it's just working towards a goal with someone, give and take. Yeah, this is everything that you. Is there going green? Can you respond here? Because you're getting a lot of the same cards. We have the Six of Wands here, and you see those laurels. So that also means victory. But you also, yeah, I need to know. Right, right. Okay. There's going to be victory, right? So this makes sense because this battling the old wound with the Lover's card here, this is what's holding you back is that, it's this battle that you've been through, right? And these wounds that you're trying to heal. And that totally makes sense because that has been the difficulty for you. Um, But this Three of Pentacles is basically, all threes are like a help card. I would seek some assistance. You don't need to go to therapy. I mean, you can if you want to. I love therapy, not against it. But it's talking with someone and figuring things out and knowing that relationships are give and take, not you giving, which has been part of your past, right? We need to get in control of our emotions because, you know, again, moving forward to any type of victory means that there is a Knight of Wands here. So we have the Lovers and we have a Knight. I'm not sure if you have your eye on someone or someone has their eye on you, but there's definitely someone. This one has their eye on you if you don't have your eye on them yet. I love this Temperance card. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land, making sure that we are in balance, right? Getting out of this feeling here. This Page of Wands is interesting. Are you working now? Because I kind of have this feeling like you're going to meet this person or this person is involved with work. But that Lover's card with this Wands card tells me that you're definitely headed towards a relationship here. I'm not surprised that's there because we have the Retreat card here. So if someone has their eye on you, there's nothing wrong with going out on a date and testing the waters. This is the Fleeing card. Like you have to, I like that there's swords around this person because that's the, I want to get away from it all type of feeling I'm getting. You're going to be fine. You are a very strong person. But again, be careful because you have had a lot of loss. I don't have to tell you that. You told me that, but it's in the cards here with this Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. That is our grounded self. So when these cards come out and they consider them difficult cards, I don't consider them difficult cards. This is talking about our blockages, right? And not letting our blockages get the better of us. Yeah, because your fear is heartbreak, but I definitely think someone has their eye on you. And with that King of Cups here, yeah, someone definitely has their eye on you. I think you should definitely go on a date with them if you get asked, because I think that although you're apprehensive, I think it's going to be good for you. Yeah, you see, I got the work card, right? So the Page of Wands for me, along with this Eight of Cups and that Knight of Wands, this is what told me that it was possibly someone you worked with. if you have an opportunity, right? This is coming up for a reason. So, right, beyond the cards is what I'm feeling like. If you're going to cross paths with this person again, have the strength to pursue it, right? You know, we as a society have moved away from dating, and there's nothing wrong with dating. There's nothing wrong with getting to know someone. You go on a couple of dates, it doesn't work out, no harm, no foul, but you get back out there. And I think that's important. Fun is missing from everyone's life at this time. And I think we need to get back into the fun phase of life. If you're looking on Facebook and I don't see your comments, please come over to my YouTube channel because I'm only seeing YouTube comments for whatever reason. Yeah, so I think you're going to run across this person because this came up for a reason. This is someone definitely from the past or who you worked with. And I'm glad that. Were you recently thinking about them or something? Very curious that you and Nora got similar cards here. From two vastly different decks. Oh, Shield. I see you on Facebook, but I clicked over to Facebook. Can you come over to YouTube and I'll give you a reading? If you're on my Facebook page, I'm not seeing your comments for whatever reason. If you have time, please come over to my YouTube page so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. Oh, bro, like, look at you. I'm like, I haven't seen you in a long time. I mean, I haven't spoken to anyone in a long time. How are you? Oh, you see it going green? That's perfect. I don't know why I was picking up on that. I mean, the cards say what the cards say, but I was like, wait a minute. So I'm happy. Yeah. So you know, I thankfully was working when we were out working from during the shutdown. But unfortunately, it cut a lot of people. I had to work double, triple. It was a time, but we're back at work, and then I got COVID, and then I've had because I have autoimmune disease. When you get sick, it causes like a domino effect, and then I got sick. So, oh, that makes sense. But you should go for it. Why not? Hey, Jason. Yes, you can get a mini. So, Brolic, do you have a question or you just want me to read Shield? You'll definitely get a card. It's nice seeing you guys. I mean, you know what I mean. You're coming from where insomnia. Huh? Okay, anything is good for you. Right. So my heart is a little bit achy, so you can't see me, right? So if you see me, I'm looking off into the distance, right? There's a window right on my left. And when I connect with spirit, I like to look out the window. So I have a little bit of an achy heart. So I don't know if you're dealing with some heartbreak of some sort, of some mourning, but definitely my heart feels heavy. So we're going to actually hear that. So Brolic, this is for you. I'm going to clear this heart space. You see, my ringing's off. I need to get a solid ring for you. Clear your heart space. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Let's clear that off. Because you're always needing to time out. Yeah, that heart, that, like I felt the squeezing. You're an emotional person. I mean, the King of Cups came out. So that's pretty much your energy here. Right. So you need a timeout. But who is this? Everybody's dealing with relationships because my last readings, this Empress card has come out 3 times, right? 3 different decks. We have this Empress being present. So these are, this is a divine connection, right? Divine partners here, a king to the Empress. She's a little bit more elevated. If we're thinking about a dynasty, right? So I don't know if, are you in a relationship or dealing with a relationship? Because I need to know that. Because with this person, I'm getting to, and you being emotional, they're being a little bit more on the serious and tough side. I think that this is where the issue is. We do have that 5 of Swords, so, you know, some battle here. Okay. Let's talk about your last relationship here, then. So, I'm glad you said that because remember, I said that this person seems to be a little bit more, you're more emotional, they're more on the cold and calculated side. We have that 5 of Swords, right? So I like this 5 of Swords there because that explains the issues in your relationship, right? Of feeling a little bit battered and bruised, and you said you needed a timeout. He is taking a timeout. So if you haven't been in a relationship for a while, this is why. You definitely need to time out to contemplate about things here. We have the 3 of Pentacles here. So the 3 of Pentacles also has come out, lots of threes, because it's time to go out and have fun again. It's time to realize our dreams and go out there. Yeah, your Queen of Swords is coming. So now here's the real divine partnership. The Queen to your King. So this is a future read here. So by going out, having fun, things are going to pick up, right? So we have the Judgment Transformation card. I don't want you to go out with the same old people and do the same old things because that's going to bring in the same old energy. I want you to go out with someone you know, like I'm talking about friend-wise, or do something you don't normally do to meet this person, this Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords can also be a little bit on the colder, serious side, but she knows how to make a decision and she knows how to take care of business. And that is what you need right now because you lead with your heart. Yeah. So definitely we want you to go out. Right. This is going to be a total switch around for you. By you going out, and I'm talking about somewhere different, somewhere new, with maybe different people, something you're not accustomed to doing, is going to bring you in this Queen of Swords. It's going to be a good relationship because we have the Sun and we have the Page of Cups. So it's going to blossom into something strong here, and that's going to be emotionally healing for you, which brings you to being the King of Pentacles because we see where you want to be. You want to be both, right? And this is lacking, I can tell already just by, you know, the way the cards are going. So we still have our hopes and dreams and you wanting to pursue things. And you're trying to find the balance in between. And by you finding the balance in between your both divine self, the King of Cups, along with that King of Pentacles, this is the Queen who's going to help you do it because she's going to be able to make the tough decisions and advise you in a way that you are open to. This is pretty deep. You need to meet whoever this Queen is. You need to meet this person, right? And this is not about sexuality. This is about energy. You need to meet this person because this person is going to help you get to where you're going, right? At the bottom of the card, we have the Hierophant, and this is what I'm saying. We need to go out and have fun. The Hierophant is all about, they say religion and spirit, but what's better to lift your spirits by fun and attracting the right person in that energy? That's good. That vacation is good for you. You're going to need it. So that, wow. Yeah, that was something else. Whoever that cold person was, that's what that card is. All right, so let's see. Oh, I'm glad to see people. Okay, so Jason, I'm gonna do shield first because I think he hit me first on Facebook. Or I'm not sure, so I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna get you right after shield and go down the line. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do both. Shield, make sure you are listening to music, playing music, very healing for you, and spirit to know that that music is the key for you. Or music is key for you. So to raise. I'm not surprised we're having all of these cards here. We've all been through the battle. We all been through the ringer here. Again, you really shield. Make sure you're listening to your instinct because we have this High Priestess card here, the Star card, and the Sun card. So some changes are happening for you in the better. Don't be so much into this protective energy that you're gonna miss your blessing. Let's get clear. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. I don't know what you do for work or what you're doing for, but it looks like it's going to usher you in some more money, or if you're fighting, you're going to receive it here. What's happening now is fate driven. And I like that the Two of Swords came out here because we all have choices. Just make sure you're listening to your instinct to make the right choice for you. Nine of Cups, along with the Sun card, along with the Star card, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, now is the energy to do it in. Okay, I want to tell you that much. Three of Pentacles, celebration, having fun, going out, teamwork, making sure that we are putting ourselves back out there. That's going to come out a lot because we've all been wrapped up with this COVID situation, right? Look at this Eight of Swords, not surprised. What's holding you back has always been you, especially when it comes to your emotions, right? So keeping your guard up has been blocking you from totally being happy in your relationship or just that emotional happy state. This Five of Pentacles is a fear of being alone for me in this reading. I don't feel that's going to happen for you because you do have you're another one that has a large heart here. But trying to do too many things at one time can be detrimental. So the choice is always do something for yourself. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's why music came up for me. But things are definitely going to balance out with that Justice card. So I don't know if you're asking for a raise or getting a raise, but something financially is going to pan out for you. Yeah. Yeah, you need to fight against that because it's time to rejoin. Definitely food. I'm hungry now. But yeah. So definitely finding your equilibrium, doing something with music. Do you play an instrument here? I'm hearing strings. So if you play an instrument, yeah, lots of choices coming your way. But don't live in fear. You see how they have that big lizard there guarding the cups? Don't live in fear of making choices and making changes. At the bottom of the deck, you do have victory. You have great cards here. You need to strike while this iron is hot. I do need to pick a card from this deck. I'm not going to ignore spirit, so hold on. Some readings are longer than others. It's whatever spirit guides me to. Right. So again, working against your fears is what's going to help you. We have the King of Pentacles. For this is not about money. This is you being grounded and being fighting against those and confident. You being confident is what they're giving me right now. Right. We have that Six of Swords here, and again, getting out into the world is the message for you. It's the message for everyone, really. So learn an instrument. You know, even if you play terrible, I play a little bit of piano. And by a little bit, I mean like 1 or 2 songs, and that's it. And it's the songs I practiced the most as a child. Jason. Okay, Jason, let's get to you. Just give me a second. I need to grab something. You might see my big head. Okay. Oh, thank you, Shield. It's great to be on. You know, I always either watch lives or participate some way, somehow. I started doing my recordings again on YouTube. Jason. So again, still trying to pursue many things here. We're trying to pursue you're in the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, with COVID, a lot of our progress has been stunted. But you're still in a very good position for transformation here. We do have this King of Crystals. Courage is needed at this time. But we need to stay committed because there has been some sliding back and forth. So we need to stop the procrastination and keep moving forward. Right. Try not to fall back in old habits here because I see some issues with the past still being an issue for you here. What's funny is I feel like over the last couple of days or weeks, you've had some mental clarity here. You've definitely had some mental clarity, but I think more rest or more meditation is needed. Some more time to work on, and this is going to be constant for you because you are a sensitive here, which most of you guys are. You know, but you know, with the Justice card, Justice card is another truth and clarity card, like things coming to light. You have this shaman here, and this is your energy. This is your spiritual energy stepping forward. Now, the problem is with the spiritual energy, you will have slide backs. I have them myself when I go dark. And I mean dark where I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to do anything. And this is what you need to get over that hump. Is constantly working through that emotion. For you, it's difficult, right? And this is why we haven't been able to necessarily manifest all the things we want to accomplish. You do have that Ace of Crystals, which is like an Ace of Pentacles. So you are working on something new right now, or you're marinating on something new, some new idea, a new direction. It's going to be transformational for you because we do have the wheel or the wheel of fortune. So it's going to complete a phase. I like that the octopus is here. Don't have your hand in too many pots. Try to focus on one goal at a time. I think that's been an issue for you too. That's why I get the sliding back, because you're trying to do too much at one time. We do have the Lovers cards here, and we have the Queen of Feathers, and also transformation. You have a lot of transformation going on right now, and this is a positive energy with you. Watch your partnerships, always making sure you have someone who supports you fully. It doesn't try to stunt your growth, but is always very supportive. That's the person you want in your life and you want to lean on. Um, and just keep trying to find your truth. I mean, it's this epic journey every time I read cards for you. At the bottom, you have the Eight of Shells, which is a quest. It's finding yourself. It's new beginnings. It could even be you wanting to move again. Um, Again, you're constantly trying to seek your happy, but stop falling into old habits, and that's the way forward. And that's easier said than done. Again, I'm guilty of it, but it's one small foot at a time, right? Baby steps here, not having your hand in too many areas. Oh, Vladimir, I see you. That is for you, Jason. Did I see him? Oh, Ava, I said, hey, Ava, how are you doing? What's that picture? Oh, you changed your hair? I haven't been on in a long time. Is that red hair? That's nice. That's very nice. I keep trying to fight these grays, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. So if I didn't see that you wanted a reading, you've been down lately. You're on that spiritual journey, and that's what gets you down, and it's fighting through that because it's difficult, right? Picking up other energies and your energy and trying to make sure. I have a feeling that you're not separating your energy from someone else. And that's what the issue is. You need to work in your energy, in your mode, because you're very affected by emotions. Okay, so Ava, Vladimir, yes, I'm gonna do you, but I'm gonna do Ava first, because I think she asked first. So Ava. Okay. After that flew out for you, and we're gonna turn them all over. Another one in hot pursuit, right? So we have this Knight of Wands. So again, somebody else who is awakening, wanting to do something different, trying to find their way. There's a reason why a lot of people are feeling this way. It's because of the Great Awakening. So when you're a spiritual person, this chaos, this world chaotic feeling is really affecting us all. It has us all wanting to do different things here. I mean, but I'm going to read these, but I'm going to read these as clarifiers. So let's just get on with it. So you're definitely in pursuit of something here. So we have the Knight of Swords along with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is being victorious. Trying to get your health together, trying to work it out. I like that, especially the health aspect. My body and spirit, they work in conjunction. You have another six right behind it with that Six of Cups. And this Eight of Cups. So again, wanting to, let's get our emotions in check, right? You see the Six of Cups in water with that moon. It's time to face some serious truths here and make sure that you are not emptying your own cups, right? Our emotions are ours, and it's you always want to keep some type of fulfillment happening here. A lot of times that's leaving and walking away. Again, for you, I also see like movement here. We do have this 10 of swords. So, you know, this is some type of betrayal and heartbreak that you're probably dealing with, contemplating, figuring out here. Again, you see how we have this Eight of Cups and right next to it is the Devil card here. That is your own self, right? So again, you're in this depiction, she's pouring out her own cup, and that's the devil. The devil or your anxiety or whatever your mind is telling you is making you feel depleted, right? But it's by your own hand. You have two sixes. You have a 10 here, and I think it's repeated here. So you have a couple of repetitious numbers I want you to pay attention to. You have the Two of Wands here, so making a decision, making a choice, looking out to see what you want to do and where you want to go. Ultimately, I'm getting that you're not exactly happy in whatever situation you're in, and you're wanting to move forward. This is again your devil. This is your own thoughts, your own anxieties, um, coming to the forefront and blocking your victory. We have this Queen of Cups here, trying to get in touch and take charge of your emotional and mental self, right? So we need to really continue to work on that. There's going to be change and happening soon, something transformational with this Knight of Swords, the Chariot card, and the Judgment card. So there's going to be some movement here. Right. Again, another 9, right? I told you I saw doubles here. So double 9s, double 6s so far. Right. So someone else is trying to work on their finances here and trying to get under control. And that's by following your passions. But again, don't have your hand in too many pots and too many ideas, because all that does is cloud you, leave your cups empty, and then you have the devil, which is on your shoulder, talking about failure, failure, failure. You're not failing. You're not failing. You're learning, right? It doesn't matter how old you are. And now a double 7. Okay, so you have the Empress here trying to grow, trying to bring things to fruition and light with this King of Swords. But you see how this King of Swords has his head down? That King of Swords was making you feel a little bit depleted at this time. But you need to understand that you are ultimately going to come out on top with that Sun card. So there is victory, right? You have 6 of Wands here, the Sun and the Chariot card. So there's victory coming. You need to stay the course, stay strong in your emotion, and keep your own cup filled. Okay, Vladimir, let's get to you. If you're on Facebook, I cannot see the comments. Oh, see, look, I do see comments here now. So Valerie, if you're over on Facebook, I cannot see the comments. Please come over to YouTube. And it's the Lila Spiritual Spot on YouTube. Unfortunately, the streaming service I'm using, it's blocking. Vladimir, I'm just picking out cards. Just seeing where I'm going with you. Okay. Okay. Again, you see how this trapped, many of us are feeling this way. And, you know, this feeling of trapped is overwhelming, because we know that we put ourselves in there, but we don't know how to get out of it. We are naive, meaning that we need to learn. That we have the power to remove ourselves with that. From this energy here. You know, it takes a lot of, it's not easy to get out of the funk. I'm guilty of it. Like I said, I am no better than anyone else. Let's draw you some cards. Whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, though, you definitely need to have a keen eye on it, right? So we want to make sure we know everything, that we're always coming from a place of knowledge in anything we're trying to do. Because this is part of that trap feeling, because we didn't have all of the knowledge we needed. Four of Wands. I'm not reading reverses unless Spirit tells me to reverse them. Yeah, so we are going to turn this around. We're going to turn that one around, definitely. And we're also going to turn this around. There's a lot of relationship stuff coming out for many of you, because I think this is where many of us are finding our happiness. We have that King of Cups reversal, you know, lots of feeling um, of heartache. Like, but where is the grief coming from? What are you grieving? Right? Because I want to reverse that Three of Pentacles. So we may have lost something. We may have lost someone close to us. I don't mean death, it could be, but I just mean there's been a change in our relationships here. Something has thrown us off here. We do have the Four of Wands, which is a happiness card. So the Four of Wands is normally a marriage card, but here's the Three of Swords. So this feeling of loss, I'm not surprised that came out, because we have that Three of Swords. So, you know, again, dealing with something of the heart, right? Feeling the grief. Like, I keep saying grief because that is exactly what I'm feeling here. I'm like, what are we grieving? Even my stomach is tied up in knots reading these cards. Yeah, you've been overworked and overburdened. Again, we do have victory, so that's positive. So we want to focus on what's positive. Um, the Ten of Wands means is things are about to change. Things are about to change in your favor, and move forward here. And it starts with you pursuing what makes you happy with that Knight of Pentacles. So this is type of work. So yeah, you also have the Eight of Cups. So you have like a overburden, definitely. What loss are we dealing with here? Did you have a relationship that is no longer something that was a very serious relationship? Or are you contemplating walking away? What are we walking away from here that is of significance? Because you definitely have that fleeing. Yeah, see, not surprised. Look at what's coming out here. This is all about you trying to heal yourself, your anxieties, you feeling overburdened. You just said you're divorced, but it's been a while. Are you in a relationship currently? Is what I'm asking. I mean, divorce is there because this is a breakup, but how bad was a divorce? And just because it's been a while doesn't mean you're not healing. Because if this is from your divorce and it's still coming up, means that this is stuff. Okay, so this is stuff that's resurfacing from your past, right? So we want to make sure that we have moved on appropriately, because this is a marriage card. We had the broken heart that came out, the King of Cups. Yeah, we had the swords. These are all burdensome cards. Okay, it took a good chunk out of you. That makes sense because we have this walking away card, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. These are all burdensome cards. And because you are still emotionally depleted, I do feel like this is having an effect on you now. And this is why you're feeling so wiped out. Not surprised. So let's work on balancing you. So now that we establish what's grieving, right? What you're grieving over, because anxiety for me always comes back to some type of grief. It could be childhood trauma or some type of grieving thing. We have money issues. Money's a little bit tight. I think that's for everyone. And that also adds to your anxiety here because we have that Four of Pentacles. And, you know, here are you trying to have both feet in the right place on land and in water. I think that things will be fine. Um, I'm holding the deck backwards. That's why they keep coming out backwards. But you do have the King of Pentacles. So this is you trying to overcome this obstacle of your finances. But I also want you to work on whatever it is that you're still grieving over, because for you and for most people, they go hand in hand. This is why we have this depiction. One foot in water, one foot on land, one foot in our finances, one foot in our emotions, and finding the balance in between them. But we're going to slay this. Right. And that makes sense, right? Because relationships, especially marriages that break up, you know, it's difficult, right? It's very hard. Um, that balance is everything. And this is what you're trying to balance out. Because again, we see that finances are tough. They're tough for everybody, right? Coming out of COVID, things are money is get you know, food is high, inflation's high, you can't buy formula, like gas is high, like we're all dealing with financial issues. But I like that this Knight of Swords came out because there is a change happening for you. Be careful with that overburden, because we have the Tower card. The Tower is not bad, but the Tower is things collapsing to be reborn. So this is something you're going through now, right? With that overburden feeling, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it, because it brings change, right? Change is going to make you see things differently. It's going to heal you. At the bottom of the deck, we have that Ace of Pentacles, but balance for you is necessary, right? So I think we put a lot of burden on men, especially not dealing with your emotions. And if you're a man and you're listening to me, really work on your emotional state, because breakups affect you guys just as hard as it affects us. But a lot of times women are given, or the most feminine is given a space and energy to discuss it, while the more masculine one is just, for you, it's just buried inside of you. Like, this is why my stomach is tight. We just buried inside of me. We need to get this out. You need to figure out what's going to make you happy. You do have lovers, right? I just lifted the deck just to get a little bit more clarity. Someone's going to come into your life, right? The Lover's card, you had the Marriage card there. So we want to attract the right person. If you're in a low energy state, you're going to attract low energy people. So let's make sure we get that balance together. Um, yeah, yeah. And I think for you, you hold it in. Like, I'm sick to my stomach. I think I missed someone. Hold on here. Who else came in that I think I missed? Taylor. Taylor, are you still there? Again, if you're seeing me on Facebook, I cannot see the comments. Valerie, I see you commenting there, but I'm only seeing YouTube comments. It's going to pay off for you financially, because we had that eight, right? We have that Eight of Pentacles. So I think money and you balancing out, I think that's going to work fine. But you need to bring the other half into it, because uh, this is why we get into relationships, right? So I have my husband who is very supportive, and I'm able to bend his ear. And even though I'll tell him the same story 6 times, he's always there listening to me, just letting me talk it out, right? So we need those type of partnerships in our life. I just feel like you don't discuss, like you really don't, like you need to start discussing it, you know, and finding your people. If you're not interested in a relationship, that's fine, but having the space and the friendships that you can let these type of feelings out is very important to me, right? This is very important to you. See, it says part man, part woman, all angel. It's having the balance, the masculine and the feminine, 1 foot in water, 1 foot on land. I love this deck. I think we lost Valerie. So Valerie, I'm going to give you one more chance. If not, I'm going to sign off. Yeah, just find your tribe. And I know that's hard. Especially in this society, we don't know who's fake and real anymore. It's just all confusing. And trust me, I had a situation where I knew someone was not well, and I'm like, oh, this person is not going to work out at my job, and that person ended up not working out, like left within the week. So even when, just because you know things, when you're tapped into your spirituality, and anyone can tap into their spirituality, doesn't mean it doesn't take a toll on you emotionally, because it has. Yes, Taylor, do you have a question? Taylor. I'm gonna bring out some oracle cards because I was drawn to open that drawer for a reason. So let's bring out some oracle cards for you. What's to come with Chris? Oh, thank you, Going Green. No, I won't overdo it. Like, I'm not going to go live again for at least another week or week and a half. But I'm going to do, so my tarot scopes, I'm going to upload some videos tomorrow and Monday. Taylor. All right, Chris. You know, sometimes we have to let things go, Taylor. I don't necessarily feel, right, just emotionally, um, this relationship is the most positive for you. And I'm not surprised that we have these cards. We have boundaries violated. This is why I feel like this is not necessarily a healthy relationship with you. And then we have time for a change here. So make sure, um, just because we love someone and have feelings for them doesn't mean that they're the right person for you at that time. There's a lot of growing up to do by Chris. There's a lot of red flags there, and I do feel like to move forward in life, you need to, you may need to step away, because this is you. There's chaos around you, and you're trying to be calm amidst the chaos. But eventually, that chaos is going to envelop and swallow you. So I would be very careful with this Chris person. We have Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, Count Your Blessings. But I would, you know, this isn't, if it's not a physical abusive relationship, this is definitely an emotional abusive relationship. And so that makes me nervous and scared. Remember, that abuse, any abuse has a tendency to wear you down. So death and the maiden, I was reading this death of the maiden, meaning that it might harm you. You see, Seven of Swords, it's picking up and moving on, right? Because it's been a lot emotionally here, and it's been a lot mentally. The problem is you're stuck in the past of thinking about how it was, or like, what it could be. Um, but memories can tell a lie, right? So you need to look at things in their totality, not how it used to be, what it once was. Look at it all together, right? Because I don't, I, this emperor is reversed, right? This emperor is what's causing the chaos. Yeah, I think for you, you should just move forward, work on yourself, because, yeah, so now we have the lover's card, so we know it's because of the lover, right? But you're going to miss new beginnings, possibly with someone else, or with someone else who wants to, um, someone else who's watching from a distance, who's waiting, right? Because we do have that Knight of Wands, and he is holding the Ace of Wands. So by staying in this Chris situation, we may miss the victory of having someone else. And this is the Four of Cups at the bottom of this deck. This person is going to miss their blessing because they're stuck on the past. Well, there's such a thing as emotional and mental abuse. So don't think of abuse as hitting, right? When people withdraw from us emotionally, um, even though we ask for certain things or say, what are we doing? And the beating around the bush, that's wear and tear. There's lots of different types of abuse. I would take a pause off of Chris. I really would. I think it'll bring you some clarity. So I hope that helped you, Taylor. Yeah. Don't ignore the red flags. Please don't. Take care of yourself. You're welcome. And thank you guys for joining me. And I'll see you probably in another 7 to 10 days. So just make sure you like and follow the page, and you'll see me on again. Thank you so much.